Right, here we are with one of Airfix's later numbers, certainly from sort of my era. I never made this as a kid, but there we go. And I'm having trouble getting the box lid open. We'll get there in the end. Hang on, there we go. Yes, I didn't make this one before, so this is new to me. So anyway, let's get the stuff. Oh, there's the instructions, of course. Let's get the stuff out of the bag. Simple markings and parts. 3 sprues. Get out the light, man. There we go. I was so intent on getting out of the light, I turned the camera off. Never mind. Yeah, 3 sprues. A random mix of parts. Mostly, well, all the wheels on that sprue. And quite a lot on the underside, but figures and other stuff. Subframe, I suppose. And mostly truck. And then bits of the gun. And of course other bits of truck. Really simple stuff. The plastic feels a little bit more stiff and brittle than the usual Airfix, and the colour's a little bit different. And it reminds me of some old Italeri models that had a very pink plastic, and that was very brittle as well. I wonder if colour's got something to do with it. Yeah, just never know, do you? There's probably a plastics genius out there who can answer that. But anyway, slightly different feel to the plastic. As for what are we actually going to do, truth is I'd like to do both of them. But I remember, or recently I've done a lot of German stuff in grey, so let's go for, what does it say? 2nd Panzer Division, German Army, North Africa. So let's go for that. And I quite fancy it attached to the truck on the move. I'll use the little figures somewhere else. They're rather nice. Very usable in other for other occasions. So we'll go for that one. I just noticed a very interesting thing in the write-up in the instructions, and then notice this. I'm sure this used to be advertised as the gun and the Opel Blitz truck, but now in the write-up it says the truck featured in this set is representative of the most common sort used by the German Army. No, it doesn't mention the make. Is this does this lack sufficient detail for it to be an authentic Opel Blitz, or is it some copyright thing? The mysterious, arcane world of copyright in the modern age. Just a digression. So, meanwhile, back at the model, cab's coming together, chassis coming together. You know, I might not have the front wheel axle level, but it will make the front wheel look like it's bouncing up due to the speed this vehicle is going at on rough terrain or something. Anyway, there, look, it fitted together nicely, didn't it? I suspect there'll be a gap around the wheel arch, which I'll leave because we're looking at how these things go together. And the look, Opel Blitz, it's there on the sprue. So I wasn't in a strange world of my own there. This is official. So clues all along. I do wonder why they, you know, oh, it's going to be some legal thing, isn't it? But anyway, there we go. Proof. So meanwhile, bits coming together. The gun is very delicate. I think that's the best way to put it. It's one for fans of tiny detail and fiddly bits and pieces, but it went together okay so far, so it's pleasing enough. No, you know, no arguments there. And gradually it's shaping up. It's a very pleasing model to do. It hasn't you know, you might expect things to not fit and all of that because it's of a certain vintage, but no, there it is, it's doing very well. So it's one of those that's almost making itself. And we can see we just got the wheels to go on really, and then a bit of weathering. Do you know, it looks quite nice like that, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't need weathering, but I bet you I end up weathering it. You can just tell. Never mind. Getting near the end now. I've put the wheels on everything, and then on both I've given them a spray with a slightly lower tone of kind of sandy dusty colour, as if a sand or dust has been thrown up as they travel along. You can just see on the gun mantle in particular, that's a much more yellow sandy colour. That's a little bit dustier browner colour. And on both, on the back of the truck as well, I've allowed it to get on the tyres because they'll be getting covered and throwing stuff up, but it will be slipping away as they go along. So just a little, I think you can see the difference there between the side and the back. So just a little messy, mucky quality on the mud guards, I don't know what they're called really, wheel arch things, and from earlier a little bit on the boxes. So there we are with a little tonal variation. Bad lighting, just to help us through a little bit of the weathering. And so messing about with weathering was inevitable. There it is with a little bit more, and there it is with the image that it's supposed to be. I think it's, pardon me, do excuse me, I think it's come out okay so far. I think it will favour a bit of weathering. I know I'm going to do it, let's face that. The markings are sort of being indicated there, and a couple have gone on, not all. Small, has to be said. And then some of the more delicate bits, mirror and stuff, have gone on. So I'm afraid of knocking them off before it's all finished. And there's just, what I want to do is get an idea of how it's looking, but the light is dismal. So we're just probably not gonna get the best idea. The canvas top needs a little bit more wear and tear, shall we say, and smoothing out. Could do a little bit of bare metal on the frame of the box at the back, but I want to try and avoid it. What I'd like to do is mainly play with dusty shades rather than wear and tear, which so far I'm alright with. Let's put it that way. So this is for my benefit, I suppose, looking back at this lot. Is it going the way I wanted? Yes, it is actually. It's okay. And here's some stills. I don't feel I've done a great job of these. They're a bit like mug shots. But again, I took them so that I could get that slightly objective point of view. Leonardo da Vinci always said if you're getting nowhere, or you don't feel like you know where your painting's going, look at it in a mirror and you'll get a very different point of view. And you will get a very different point of view. It's very strange how that happens. I think the little photographs help with doing that, I have to say. Some proper daylight, that does help. Some of the weathering's a little bit heavy. And again, just a couple of stills to help, or a still I think. And then some assistance from our little sheepy friends. Not technically, they're not supposed to be in that field, but over about a day they've managed to knock the gate down, and for some reason they've decided to all march through while I'm there. They're not really that afraid of me, it has to be said. And then back inside, got inside and the sun came out. That's what I was after. And so now I've just created like a little background just to give a bit of character to what we're looking at. And well, I'd come in and I'd done a little bit more painting, just a bit, and there we go. There you can see the front wheel up, bouncing along. You know, I wish I had the nerve to kind of do that with tanks, you know, particularly things like the Panther and the Tiger, where they've got the sort of arm mechanism on the suspension. You can get the wheels up and down in all kinds of positions, but there we go. Anyway, it's looking okay. The model went well. I liked it. As I say, hadn't made it before, and there we go with a new experience. And that's a neat model, pretty much problem free as far as I can tell. And so just sitting it there in a bit of daylight with some Amira plastics, ruined buildings. I like them. Slowly painting them up. I quite like them in the state they're in, which is not very well painted at all, just lots of wash. But I'm off topic. So this model, good. Didn't make it as a kid. I was just becoming a 1/35th fan, I think, by then. So I was going Tamiya and Monogram, and this came out and I kept looking at it and thinking, oh, I don't know. So I've done it at last. It's good. If you haven't made it, do go and get it. And it's a re-release by Airfix. I think they're calling them classics or something. It's on the box. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe in the weird times we're in, and there'll be all sorts from me very shortly, all being well. So see you soon. Bye bye.